Your newest album, Sifting Through the Wreckage, came out in November. Tell me about the recording process.
The recording process was probably the most grueling recording process that we've ever done. It lasted a grand total of 6 months. We did pre-production starting in October with Greg Norrie and our good friend Mike Caviezel, and we worked through that the month of October, and in November we took December off to do some shows in the East Coast and a DVD shoot. Came back, finished pre-production in January, then went into the studio to basically we recorded the entire record in our studio. Then we went into a different studio with Terry Date and re-recorded the record. So actually the re-recording process, although took a couple months, it was a lot less stress. You know, we were writing in the studio while we were doing pre-production, and so it took a lot of time. It took a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and it was 7 days a week. And then when we went in the other studio, it was 6 days a week, and all we had to do was record. So it was a good process. And you know, in Terry's defense, he kind of got the better end of the deal because it was no stress. We just showed up, did our thing. He kept everything on a tight schedule, and it was fun, but it was a long process.
You just mentioned you worked with Terry Date producing the album. What was it like working with him?
Working with Terry Date was nothing what we expected. We had met him in the months prior when he was working with another band that we were friends with called Fear Nuttin' Band, and we totally hit it off. He was super chill, super nice, and you know, we're like, wow, you know, a large name like Terry Date, we're thinking it's going to be, you know, high stress, you know, he's going to be very bossy. We didn't know what to expect because, you know, we produced our records ourselves from day one. And it was wonderful. Like Ken said, it was a dream. It was effortless. He was amazing. He brought, it wasn't sage, what was that sweetgrass.
Sweetgrass.
He's burning sweetgrass in the studio, and it was just really chill. It was like basically, although out of studio, it's like hanging out at Terry's house with Terry, you know? Yeah. We'd all hang out, and we had VH1 Classic on the whole time. We were watching old R&B and soul and blues, you know, for, you know, the time we were in the studio, and it was great. It was wonderful.
He was like the calm to the storm.
Yeah.
Because we were in there going, hurry up, because that's what we're used to. It's like, go. Dude, you got to get it this time. Come on, let's go. We're really high pressure on ourselves. And Terry's like, whoa, guys, hey. Take it easy.
He's
man.
like, just go take 5. It'll be all right.
Yeah.
It was very weird. You know, I remember right in the beginning, you were stressed out, and then you were stressed out, and Terry's like, let's just relax, man. If you guys need a day off, let's go. I mean, we had been working 7 days a week for, you know, 4 months. So it was good. But he definitely brought, like Ken said, the calm to the storm.
You covered Pet Sematary for the album. How did you decide on that song?
Well, in the very beginning of Fall from Grace, this May will actually... Wait, next month is our 5-year anniversary. Wow, look at that. The very beginnings of Fall from Grace, we did not have enough songs to play a full set. And so we all decided to cover that song to kind of show a little bit of our punk rock roots. And it made its way into the set and quickly became a fan favorite.
We're big horror freaks, too. So.
Yeah, it's true. It is true. And that's my favorite movie, although it's horrible acting. But we kept its way in the set, and then people would start asking us to start playing it all the time, and when are we going to record it, and this, that, and the other thing. And then so what we did is we put it on our full-length record, Covered in Scars, that we spent 9 months recording that record off and on as we were touring and stuff. And then we decided to put it on this album as well. We actually put it with the amount of songs that we did. There were 3 songs that didn't make it on the record, and we decided to put Pet Sematary on as well. So we're pretty happy with it.
That was as a favor, though, to Johnny Zazula.
Yeah, oh, that's right,
Johnny
it was.
Zazula begged us to put that song on the record.
Yeah.
He didn't even know it was the Ramones. He was like, you guys did such a good job on that. It's your own song. That's great.
You released a video for Hated Youth recently?
Yeah.
Yes. The video for Hated Youth is actually on heavy rotation on Much Music up in Canada right now, and MTV2 just picked it up as of last week, so I think it'll start being aired on MTV2 and Fuse in like a week.
And it's on demand as well.
And it's on demand.
On demand.
Yeah, that's right. We just found that out, yeah.
Could you explain a little bit about the video?
Well, the song Hated Youth is a dedication to our fans, you know. I mean, all the people that have, that have come out and seen us play over the course of our 5-year span in Seattle. The reason that we were able to tour, the reason that we fought so diligently in believing in the band and continued with it, because these people were, you know, tattooing their bodies and changing their lifestyle and dedicating themselves to the band. It's a dedication to them. It's about that we are all the same. We are all the same. You know, we are the kids that used to come to the shows, and now we are performing in the shows. So, you know, it's dedication to them. So basically, what the video shoot was, you know, it was basically like, you know, if you want to come out and you want to be in the video, we invited people to bring their cars. We invited people to just come and hang out, and it turned into a huge party in the middle of nowhere in the King County Fairgrounds out in Kitsap, you know, which is a good place for the cops not to come when you're filming up until 2 o'clock in the morning. And it was great. It was absolutely wonderful. Ryan, the guy who did the film, directed it, shot it. He got like 50 pizzas, and it turned into a big Fall from Grace party.
Yeah, it was like a scene off of Days of Confused.
Days of Confused, yeah.
It was great.
It was really cool.
You couldn't predict it because it was like a mist. The weather was real misty. I don't know if you guys get that here, but it's like almost like a fog. Almost like a fog, but not quite. And everything was damp, and it was just like everybody was in high spirits. It was awesome.
Yeah. About 300 people came out for it, too. That was the other thing. Only off MySpace. We just put up a couple bulletins, said, you know, here's where we're going to be, here's what time it starts, and it was like a flock of people came. It was like, wow. It was really, really cool.
Right now you're on tour with Elisana, Drop Dead Gorgeous, Fear Before, and I Set My Friends on Fire. How's the tour going so far?
Tour is wonderful. Actually, what's the date today?
The 21st.
21st. We have 8 more dates left of this tour that started March 6th in New York City, and it's funny, we were talking about this morning. There are 5 bands total, a lot of people. Generally, you know, there'll be 1 or 2 people that, you know, are quiet or you know, the one asshole that nobody likes. We haven't had that at all on this tour. It's been absolutely wonderful. It's been a great tour. It's been a long tour, a very brutal tour. I mean, we're on our 2nd lap around the United States now, but it's been effortless. Everybody gets along great, and I mean, it's like one big, huge family. It's wonderful. Like, on the 29th, you know, all of our hearts are going to break, because, you know, who knows when we're going to be able to see all these guys again. We're lucky enough to be going to Europe with Elisana in May, and that's going to be great. And then they're recording their record in Portland directly after that, which is like neighbors to us in Seattle. So we'll be down there hanging out with them, because we have a little bit of time off, because we're writing a record as well. So it's going to be great to have them close and in the family, but, you know, Drop Dead and Fear Before and I Set My Friends on Fire, we won't see them for a while, and it's kind of unfortunate, but it is the way that it goes. Yeah. You know.
Do you any highlights of the tour that you want to share, funny stories?
Oh yeah,
it's been colorful. Let's see.
When I knocked myself out on jumping out in the crowd, and all of a sudden I slipped and landed on my head and couldn't feel half my body. Our savior, Joel, the tour manager, picked me up, dragged me back on stage, and I was coming to it, and I knew for some reason my guitar would be out of tune, so I started tuning, kind of doing the old circle thing, seeing stars, came correct, and played the show.
Yeah, that was also that was Jacksonville, Florida. That was also the night that the cops were called on all the bands, club owner, and we were all asked to leave or put in jail. It's been some very colorful experiences.
I saw that video that you posted.
Oh
yeah.
Well, yeah, the real reason the cops were called was because the owner decided to throw a girl on her face, on the concrete outside.
That's messed up.
A minor.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. The cops were called on the club.
On the club
well,
owner.
there was more to it. That guy beat up his girlfriend on the sidewalk.
Right.
Put a knife in her face.
Right.
You know, we're just all trying to hang out and have a good time. We're like, dude, we're in Florida, man. The beach is like right over there.
Exactly.
The next thing you know, there's cops everywhere. And we're like, all right, cool. I had to intervene between the owner of the club and one of the bands. I had to basically be separation of church and state, you know. I had to get up there and separate the owner from the band because they were going to just collide.
Yeah. That was colorful. We had our trailer searched in Pensacola because some kid said that we stole some of their gear, which, you know, the one cardinal rule of being on the road, being a musician, I should say, is that real musicians don't steal other musicians' gear.
That's your bread and butter.
But the fact that they would have, because they asked us, we said no, you know, like, no, of course not, dude, we'll help you look. And then they came back and then they brought cops.
Hold on, wait. They came back, asked to look in our trailer,
Oh.
which you let them look in the trailer.
That's right. I forgot about that.
And then they called the cops and had the cops look in everyone's trailer
The
again.
cops were just like, sorry guys, we have to do this, but
Cops were really cool.
Yeah, we understand. We're sorry. I'd be upset if I was in your shoes, but they were cool. They were great. But yeah, I was just like, come on, dude. Who plays a 5150 head anyway?
Yeah, no, I think the greatest thing about this tour that we've experienced is, we've gone to a lot of markets that we've never been to before, all over the country, and to be able to see the different people in the different cities, like Chicago, for example, a city that's a first-class city, very versatile music-wise, much more so than from Seattle, where we're from, and the kids were wonderful. Like it was one of the greatest shows that we had. Where usually our experience in a big big first class city is usually the kids aren't as embracing. Usually they're more elitist or whatever, this or that. Like a lot of people say that about Seattle. We don't experience that because we're from Seattle, but it's been wonderful. Stockton, California, crazy. I mean, insane. And
LA was sick.
LA was great. We've just had a lot of. Anaheim was great. Yeah. It's been wonderful to see all these people everywhere we go, and it's been amazing to go out there and touch all these people.
I think you hit the nail on the head, though. Every city's different.
Absolutely.
Tonight is a perfect example. Kids stood there and watched us.
Right.
And they cheered. That was cool, but they didn't walk out.
Right.
So obviously we're doing something right that they
right.
didn't walk out on us. So, but it happens,
Yeah, totally. As opposed to like last night where it was a mob.
Yeah.
Insane. It's the energy is hit and miss, but it's.
And I think it's just a lot of it has to do with the venues, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it has a lot to do with the venues.
Yeah.
I'd see
that. What songs off the new album do you enjoy playing the most, and what songs do you think the fans like the most?
Oh, this is always the hard question, right? To us, all the songs on the record are like our kids. It's like asking a mother of 5 kids who's your favorite kid. Each song is great in its own individual way, and we love playing them all. The crowd, it depends on where we're playing. Like if people know the lyrics to all our songs and know the music, then there's not one song that doesn't go crazy. There's different parts of every song that we've worked into our live show to create banter and crowd involvement. But I don't know. I love them all equally, honestly. Do you guys have a favorite you guys like playing?
Not necessarily, not one offhand. Each one of them is so different.
Yeah, totally.
Not so different, just
it's its own thing.
Yeah.
I have to agree. It's weird though. I'd probably actually, for this tour, I'd have to say it would be Covered in Scars.
Really?
Only because the first day of this tour in New York, I had never seen. We'd never played New York City proper, or Manhattan at all, and we were playing in Gramercy, and there must have been 30 or 40 kids that knew every.
They knew every word.
Yeah, every word to
true.
every song, and it was just like.
Yeah, we've never played in New York.
Yeah, that was weird. It was good weird though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I think. Covered in Scars, just because I was so shocked to see how many people mouthing the words.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You said you were leaving the tour next week.
Yeah, tour ends.
Tour ends in Raleigh, North Carolina, on the 29th, where Alisana's from.
And then you just said you were going to Europe.
Yeah, well, what happens, the 29th is the last date on this tour with this package. Then we have 4 days off, which would be nice to be able to, sleep. And then we join Protest the Hero and Misery Signals in Atlanta for 2.5 weeks.
12.
And what's that?
The number 12.
Are they on that package too? Oh, that's great. Awesome. Yeah, and then we meet them in Atlanta and then head down to Florida and head back up the East Coast. And then we fly out at the end of that tour to go meet Alisana in Amsterdam.
For another month.
For another month, yep.
And that's for the rest of the summer?
That's till
No,
late
that's just
June.
a month.
Late
That's
June.
mid-June. And
So
then,
we pretty much be on the road from late February to late June. We've been on the road since.
4 months, yeah.
Do you have any tours after that?
there's
for the
a
rest of
couple
this?
things that are in the works and nothing's confirmed yet. We're waiting on it. But if it gets confirmed, then we'll be on the road. We'll be away from Seattle from February 22nd all the way to December, if things work out. So we're keeping our fingers crossed.
If you could pick a band to tour with, who would it be and why?
Any band?
Any band?
Guns N' Roses.
Oh, geez.
The Appetite for Destruction tour.
Okay, so that incarnation.
Because just, can you imagine the debauchery, dude?
Yeah.
It's okay.
Way to botch the interview.
It's cool.
I don't know. That, as far as then, would be crazy, just because it would be a total train wreck. As far as now, I would have to say I'd love to go on tour with Avenged Sevenfold. And the reason I say that is because the first time I ever played with them was in 2001 at the Troubadour in LA, and there was 8 people to see them perform. And I have known those guys since that time and watched their band grow. And I mean, that is a perfect example of a band going from, small indie labeled band to super huge rock stardom. And they've done it great. They've been phenomenal about it. So
I like to tour Rise Against.
Oof.
Those guys are great dudes.
Those are awesome dudes.
Really, really cool guys. Their music's awesome.
Yeah.
Love Rise Against.
These guys are so punk rock. I love those dudes.
I don't know. I'm kind of cool with Protest the Hero.
Yeah?
I mean, that's a musician's band right there.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Protest the Hero is a sick band.
Those guys are killer. It's almost unfortunate that we're not doing Canada with them, because, man,
Yeah.
Canada,
They're from Toronto, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just kill it. They just kill it. But it's cool, I'm still stoked. Those
I
guys
should
are
try to
rad.
get on the Limp Bizkit tour.
Limp Bizkit tour?
That's right up early.
With the hard Trisket.
Yeah. Or what else is coming up? Blink-182 would be a good tour for us.
Yeah. It would be.
That'd be weird to play with them.
Yeah, it'd be kind of like,
It'd be cool.
It'd be rad, man.
You know how we roll. We always bro down. I could see Kenny and Travis pulling a joke on everybody and switching stuff for the night.
That'd be awesome.
Would that be yeah. I don't know. He's a nice guy. I wonder if he did. I don't know. He doesn't seem like the prankster, though.
He's quiet, dude.
Yeah,
There's something going
like
on
the
in
guy
there.
that. Yeah.
Another question?
And you said you'd probably be on the road for the rest of the year. Are you going to be making any more videos or any?
We have, like we talked about, Hated Youth just came out. The next video that will be coming out, TBA, is King of Lies, which has already been shot, edited. That's already done. Probably for 2009, we're good with making videos. And then we're writing and recording a new record before the end of the year. So 2010, we will be launching that with a whole new slew of videos.
Touring and writing and recording.
Correct.
Okay. Do you have any final words for your fans?
No, come to the show, come hang out. Thanks for the support.
Thank you so much for
Love
the
you.
support. Yes, this tour's been awesome. Thank you.
And if you hate us, tell all your friends that you hate us.
Yeah, actually, we did get some hate mail. This guy was like, you guys suck nigger dicks, and this and that. And I was just like, really? If you're gonna, hey,
Thank
kids,
you for showing your
if
ignorance.
Yeah.
if you're gonna send hate mail, don't ruin the English language, please.
Yes.
Don't be
Stay
disrespectful.
away from the racist slurs. I mean, hell, your grandfather's, he's a black man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Thank you.
Whatever. Yeah.
But
But
you're 16 years old. You're gonna grow up here one of these days, man. You might as well make it now.
Yeah. So.
Just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah.
Yep, that's about it.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.